Welcome, welcome, welcome to Miss Debbie Says. I am Miss Debbie. I created this show to share my knowledge and experiences about relationships because what I know is there's nothing more important than relationships. Today, I will talk about the requirements for a successful relationship. But before I get started, if you're looking for state approved child development training, go to www.childcareedu.com. That is www.childcareedu.com. So let's get started with the show. To have a successful relationship, there must be mutual acceptance, mutual respect, and neutral trust. That is the work that you always hear about. Relationships are work. You heard that before? Yes. That's the work. Mutual acceptance, mutual respect, and neutral trust. Here's why it's a lot of work. Because there are no two people that are alike. We are so unique. Every single person is unique. Okay? And I want to let you know how unique we are so that you can know what to consider. So you can see this, so this can make sense, so you can get some clarity. So write this down, okay? Write it down. What we need to know about ourselves and others. Number one, we need to know how mature the person is ourselves, okay? And how do we know that? If you go to your search engine and you put in developmental milestones, you should be able to get a chart on any age, okay? Any age. So teachers and parents or any adult in a child's life, you want to know how mature the child is, okay? Please know that. I know back in the day, children didn't come with a manual, but they do now, okay? They do now. There is so much information about parenting, okay? This is going to be some really good stuff for you guys who are parents too, okay? So whatever relationship you are in, even your own age, how mature are you? So let's talk about development first, just for a quick minute, because here's what's important. When you research developmental milestones, when you look at the charts that you're going to go research, I want you to know that that's the characteristics of the average person at that age. The average person. Excuse me. Okay? Average. So what am I saying? That means that some people will be above average, some will be below average. Average is most of the people in that age category. Most of them. Then there's a small percentage that's below average and a small percentage that is above average. Okay? Can I just say that it really doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter where you are, above average, average, or below average. These are just guidelines, okay? And I know that parents, teachers, adults in children's life tend to freak out when the child is below average or when the child is below average. And it's this rush to get them, average or above average. Let me just say, people grow at their own rate, okay? People grow at their own rate. Some of us, me, in some categories, I am below average, and I was below average in school. And what that means is I just needed more details. Okay? So the person that's below average need more details. Adults, we have to have patience and give them more details. Did I say adults? Because when I was in college, I needed more detail. I tend to process slow. I'm not ashamed of it. I think there were times when I was ashamed of it, but I'm not. Okay. I just need more details, right? And I'll give you an example. Um, when I was in the ninth grade, my reading teacher said that I was reading on a fourth grade level. Yes, in the ninth grade, fourth grade level. Nobody noticed until then. Okay, but we're not gonna blame nobody, okay? But anyway, so what the teacher did was she put together a plan for me, and she started to work with me one on one, okay? And what she gave me really resembled the product that's called Hooked on Phonics. You guys know about that? Hooked on Phonics? Um, and I say that because I use Hooked on Phonics in my own school that I owned for 15 years. I use Hooked on Phonics. Very fond of it. Very helpful for the children. And it reminded me of what the teacher used when I was in the ninth grade. And then by the end of the year, she said that I was on grade level. Okay. But I do remember enjoying it. And, I do remember enjoying the plan. I like to say that I think it's sad that it took someone all that many years to realize that how far behind I was. Right? There is a law out now that's called No Child Left Behind. Would you guys say that the system is doing any better? I don't see it so much, but maybe you do. Okay. But anyway, that was my story about being below average in reading. I'm sure there were other areas in my life too, but I will like to say that I am a person who needs a lot of clarity. I do process really slow compared to the average person, and that's okay. I'm proud to say to you that in college, I have 2 degrees, and one of my degrees, I graduated with honors, okay? But yep, I needed a lot of clarity. In college, I didn't tend to ask a lot of questions in class, but let me just tell you, I used them professor hours, them office hours. Oh, yes, I did. Use them up, okay? Because I need more clarity. So, the children in your life that tends to lag behind, they just need more clarity. Yes, try to say it a different way and try not to leave them behind. But it's okay. We adjust, don't we? Those of us who tend to lag behind. And of course, development is broken up into different areas too, okay? So there are some areas that I am above average, but for the most part, average, below average. But it's okay. It's okay. I want to say that it's okay. I also want to mention we probably don't want to be too far ahead because it gets kind of weird. What am I saying? So imagine that you are in the 4th grade and you are doing 6th grade work. How would your peers feel about you? How would you feel about yourself? Just something to think about. I just wanted to say that. Okay? Just giving you something to think about. Anyway, the point is we need to know how mature are we and how mature is the other person. Number two, what is the person's learning style? What is our learning style? Okay? Styles. What are, the learning styles of ourselves and others. And there are 4 learning styles. There are 4 of them, okay? There's the auditorial learner. There is the visual learner. There is the kinesthetic learner. And then there's the digital learner. So the visual learner learns by seeing and looking. The auditorial learner learns by hearing and listening. The kinesthetic learner learns by touching and doing. And a digital learner, that's all this new digital stuff. I don't know a lot about digital learners, because I haven't done a lot of research on it. So you might want to do your research on it. You probably only hear about 3, but that's a new one that everyone's talking about, the digital learner. And man, are these kids digital, right? So anyway, you might want to do your research on that. Now, learning styles are preferences. You could actually learn all 4 ways, all 3 ways, or 2, whatever way that you prefer to learn. So, whatever way another person prefers to learn is on them. My preference is on me, and yours is on you. No one can make you, okay, adults in children's life? No. The only way that you can change someone's preference if they are open to it. They have to be open to it, okay? Now, you can learn all 4 ways if you like. I know I've tried this theory myself. I learn by visual. I'm a visual learner and an auditory learner. I tried to teach myself to be a kinesthetic learner. Didn't do good at all. I just can't. I just can't, you guys. It just doesn't work for me, right? So I'm a visual learner and a auditorial learner. Now, this is important because I'll give an example. If a parent is an auditorial learner, that means that parent learns by listening, okay? And if she have children, she may insist that her children read out loud, which might be confusing to the children because maybe they are not auditorial learners. Okay? So that would be an example. Just because you learn best that way, that don't mean the other person learns best that way. Okay? So, number 3, love language. We all have a love language. There are 5 love languages, and you can look that up. Go to lovelanguages.com. There are 5 different types of love languages. We don't all love the same way. Okay? Now, this could be a real difficult one. Okay? There are 5 ways to learn according to Dr. Chapman. Okay? So you guys do that research. Go to lovelanguages.com. You could take the test to see what yours is. You'll learn the way you prefer to be loved and the way you give love and the way you receive love. Now, here's the thing about that. It's the way you give love and the way you receive love. However, if the other person have a different love language, you surely want to love them the way they want to be loved. The other thing I want to mention is you may not receive love the way that you want to receive love because the other person may not know about love languages or even give a hoot. Like my husband. He like, I don't want to hear this mess. Okay. And so, um, he loves me the way he loves me, and I accept that. I accept the way that he loves me. Okay. His love language is definitely different from mine. Okay. So I learned that from therapy. Okay, you guys. But anyway, um, love languages are very important. I would suggest that you learn about all five of the love languages. If you are a teacher, you want to be really skilled in all five because probably all five of them exist in your classroom. Parents, same tips. So learn about all of them so that you can love the children the way that they're looking to be loved. Okay? Love languages. Wow, we're so unique, aren't we? Number 4, what gifts do we have? There are 8 multiple intelligences known to men. Do your research just in case they found another one, okay? Now, we all have many gifts. There are 8. Maybe you have 6 of them. Maybe you have 3. We all have gifts. Everybody has gifts. Know what they are. Know what your gifts are. And know what the other person's gifts are. The other people in your life. What are their gifts? Because people also learn through their gifts. Okay? Teachers, another way of teaching. Right? Multiple intelligences. Okay? We all have them. Everybody have them. Okay? Number 5, culture. What is the home culture? What is the community culture? What is the society culture? Okay, that we live in? The country culture? Okay, you have to consider that. Number 6, do you or the other person have a diagnosis? A diagnosis, yes. Now, some people use the term, does the person have a special need? I don't use that term because I think everybody has special needs. Do you agree? I know I have special needs. I just told y'all about my special needs, okay? So and I don't have a diagnosis, okay? But everybody, in my book, in my eyes, have a special need. So I don't really use that term. Do the person have a diagnosis? Yes. Please remember that a person is not their diagnosis. It's just a small part of them. Because all this other stuff that I'm talking about matters. Okay? How mature is the person? What's their learning style? Everything that you already wrote down. Okay? The same thing, the same for every single person with or without a diagnosis. Okay? Know what the diagnosis is or are. Okay? So that you can meet the wants of that individual. Okay, number 7. Temperaments. We all have our own temperament or two. There are 3 types of temperament types. There is difficult and feisty. Okay, there is easy and flexible. And then there is fearful, slow to warm up, sometimes called shy. Temperament types. There are 3 temperament types. Okay. The difficult and what I want to say about temperament types, it is the person's temperament. Please do not let your goal be to change their temperament. Difficult and feisty people are necessary. Okay, actually, all temperament types are necessary for humanity. There's a purpose for temperament types. I'll give you an example. Okay, difficult and feisty people really, really keep things evolving, keep things moving. Okay, difficult and feisty people are fearless. They are fearless. They are not afraid of you. Teachers, parents, we know children like that with that strong will. You will not break me. Y'all know, you will not break me. Mm-mm. You will not. Okay? They are stubborn and they are very difficult. Okay? And fearless people. But these type of people are needed in humanity. Because when it's time to buck against the system and say that what we are doing is crazy, let's stand up and make some changes here. That's the kind of person who would start that kind of change. Very, very important, difficult, and feisty. Okay? Easygoing and flexible, that's most people. And we love them people, easygoing and flexible. They kind of just go along with the program. Okay? And that's why we like them so much, because they're easy to work with, easy and flexible. Then it's the shy person. Shy people are very, very, very detail oriented. They collect all of the information. Can I just say, shy people, I wouldn't focus a lot on the fearful part, right? Shy people have to be comfortable. They just need to be comfortable. And they do become comfortable once they gather all of the details that they need to become comfortable. So they are very detail oriented. And let me just tell you, adults in a shy child's life, if they trust you, ask them why they are uncomfortable. And they will tell you in great detail. These are the people who know all the details. Okay? Yes. Employers, if you have shy employees and you trying to figure out what's wrong in your business, go to the shy people. They have all the details. Oh yeah, I use that strategy. Yes, all the details. Temperaments, do your research. Number 8, personality types. Now, you guys, I don't know how many personality types there are. I'm sorry. That's another thing you might want to Google. I don't even know my personality type. I really need to do that. And I was supposed to do that before I recorded this show. But anyway, I'll tell you guys later on another show. Personality type? What personality type do you have and do the other people have? Number 9. We are a sixth sense being. We are mind, body, and soul. The 5 senses are seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, touching, and the 6th sense is feeling. Intuition. We have intuition, and intuition is how we feel. Okay? So we are a 6th sense being. Yes, we are. We are body, mind, and soul. And the biggest part of us is our soul. We are way more spiritual than we are physical. I mean, we got to really grasp that, you guys. We are way more spiritual than we are physical. If we only can really, really grasp that. So we have a 6th sense, our intuition, and we need to practice using our intuition. Us adults really need to practice that because we were taught not to use our 6th sense, and so we need to get back to it. Our intuition is where our higher self is where all that wisdom is. Us in the Creator, that's where we are, our higher self. That's where all the truth is. That's where all the right answers are, right? Our intuition is a feeling, right? It's a feeling that we get, that gut feeling that we get that leads and guide us, right? So that's number 9. Number 10, last but not least, life purpose. Life purpose is to love, to be happy, and to be free. Okay? You might have a different meaning for life purpose, and that's okay too. But consider life purpose, okay? We need to return to love. We are love. We are happy, and we are free. That's life purpose. That's what it's all about. Also remember that life is expanding. It's expanding. The creation isn't finished, right? I think we've been taught that the creation was created, in 6 days, as if it stopped and that was it. There's eternal life, and life is always expanding. The universe is expanding. We are expanding, and we will continue to expand forever. There is no end to expansion. But anyway, so there we go, you guys. Neutral acceptance. We have to accept all of this about ourselves and all of this about the other people. So in my first show, I used an example of that one consciousness that we all are. We're all part of that one body, and each one of us is a cell, right? And so all the cells together is what makes up that body. Okay? So I'm saying all that to say that we have to accept ourselves and the other person. And we have to respect ourselves for what our purpose is and all what makes us us, all that makes me me. And we have to accept all that makes you you and respect it. Respect it. Your uniqueness, I respect my own uniqueness, and I respect yours. Trust. We trust that the Creator. We trust that the Creator loves us and will protect us and make sure that we have everything that we need and want. That's what we trust. We trust the Creator has our back. When we need to know something, the Creator will make sure that we know. Whatever we need to know about someone else, they have the Creator also in them. And that's what we trust. That not only am I okay, but you're okay too. Right? Because, like the Creator says, if the Creator be for you, who in the world could be against you? Now, our ego tells us that we need to protect ourselves. From what? Right? Because if the Creator be for us, then who could be against us? Right? That's what we trust. That love is what we trust. That love will guide us through our lives. Right? That's what we trust. So when we're in a relationship with someone else, they also have the same Creator guiding them. And because of that, and we trust that right there. So when we're in a relationship with another person, we'll see everything that we need to see. And we hear everything that we need to hear. And that is what we trust. So we have neutral trust, we have neutral acceptance, and neutral respect. We might want to spend some time and really think about what respect means, because I think sometimes when it comes to children and adults, children respect adults, but I don't know if adults always do good with respecting children, respecting them as human beings, because sometimes we treat them like they are another being, some other kind of being. Sometimes we don't treat them like they're human beings. Sometimes we treat them like they're robots, as if they don't have that creator consciousness, as if we're the only ones who have it, and that they have to, that we know what's best for them. Sometimes we don't. Okay? So, but they do. And you do for you, and I do for me. I know what's best for me, because I allow the Creator to guide me through life and nobody else. You might notice that I don't do a lot of name dropping here, and I don't give you a lot of reference and all that stuff, because what I would like for us to be able to do is really use our intuition. We really need to practice using our intuition, using our guiding system that we all have, and allow that to lead us, right? We really need to practice being intuitive, okay? Because that's where all the right answers is. All the right answers are. And so children have that same intuition. And so we guide them and we follow their lead. We also follow the lead of other adults. That's part of acceptance. We follow their lead. We know what we need to know about them, and then we watch and we observe and we guide them by allowing us to lead them to where they're going. They know where they want to go. We do have to guide them. There are some things that they don't know, but they do know where they want to go, just like you know where you want to go. And so the Creator is leading us all, even children. So we can follow the person's lead. Yes, we could do that. So anyway, that's the end of this show. So on my next show, I will be having a conversation with two parents of teenagers. Okay, so join me for that. If you'd like to contact me, email me at missdebbiesays@gmail.com. Once again, if you are looking for state-approved child development training, go to www.childcareedu.com. I hope this show was helpful. Maybe some of it, if not all of it. Take what you like. Throw away what you don't. And remember, it's just what Miss Debbie says. See you next week.